Okay. All right. So yeah, so let me hear more about your story.
Okay, so I've been sick all my life. Um, Started with like pneumonia at 2 years old, like all my life, just always sick.
Yeah.
Uh, right now I'm sick. I've been sick for about 3 weeks. Last May, I came down with severe headaches, was bedridden for like 4 months. Like it was severe. 30 pills a day, doctors, neurologists, the whole works, hospitals, all of it. So I just took myself off a ton of medicines. Found out about Ascension and all of that stuff back in September, October. Pretty much kicked everything to the curb, got rid of everything, moved back in with the parents. The boyfriend said I'm moving back home to Wisconsin. I live in Louisiana. Um, my 27-year-old son, his fiance, the two grandkids, kicked everything out the house, cleared out everything. Everybody's like, oh, you should sell it. I'm like, nope, not even good enough, not even worth it. Gave it all away. Whatever wasn't given away went to the street for the trash people, whatever. Like,
This
got
is
rid
your
of it.
house that was in Louisiana?
Huh?
This was your house in Louisiana?
I was renting. So, it wasn't
Okay,
like I was,
so you got rid of everything in the house.
yeah, got rid
Okay.
of everything. Gave it away to
Wow.
friends,
And now
family.
you're in Wisconsin.
No, my boyfriend moved back home to
Oh,
Wisconsin.
your boyfriend did. So where are you now?
I'm at my parents' house in Louisiana.
In Louisiana. Okay. Got it.
Yes. Yes. So my parents are in their 70s. My mom just retired. My dad's been disabled for years, cuts grass on the side. Um, my son's 27. I have two grandbabies, 2 and 4. They're beautiful. I still hang out with them and do things with them, but it's very limited now. They don't live with me, so I get to actually participate and enjoy them rather than parent them because they lived with me. They've been living with me. It was more of a responsibility. Now it's more of an enjoyment. So that's a relief. But again, I'm always sick. I'm always, wearing myself very, very thin, and I'm always taking care of other people. Again, from childhood, my dad died when I was young. I was 4 years old. I grew up taking care of my mother. My older brother was a wild child, maniac, drug abuser. He's still got an alcohol problem. Um, just on Christmas, we were cursing each other out and blah, blah, blah. New Year's Eve, I'm like, hey, Happy New Year. Yeah, same to you. And that's kind of our relationship. It comes and it goes. And the other siblings just don't come around. I'm the only one here taking care of them. I'm the mother hen of the group. I take care of everybody, and they expect that. And it's all weighted on my shoulders. So I feel like all of that weighs on me. So therefore, I'm wearing myself thin, and I'm always sick because I'm always taking care of everybody and everything. And I'm done. I'm done with it all. So I'm here to clean up everybody else's mess one last time. And I'm getting out of here. Like, I'm pretty much saying like my goodbyes. I'm out.
Tell me a little bit more about that. I really want to feel into the pain of that. What is it you really want to say goodbye to that's going to bring you peace and relief from burdens?
I want the peace of being alone and being in my own world, being able to think and do what I want to do for me, not having the responsibilities of everybody else's daily lives. When I can really just focus on my stuff and my things and where I want to be in 5 years rather than "Oh, well, I need you to do this and I need you to do that. And what about this, Nay? And what about that, Nay? And hey, mom, and just the lack of compassion, I guess. I put myself out there for a lot of people. And then when it comes back to me, I don't receive what I feel I'm entitled to. And I've gone over that, and over that. And I know I shouldn't expect that. And I've done it to myself. I've thrown myself out there for the wrong people over and over. Well, and that goes back to the relationships more than the family, because that I don't expect from my family. But when it comes to the relationships I've had in my life, 3 really significant relationships, they're full of false hopes and promises and dreams that never come to fruition. They just don't. They say they're going to do all these things and they never do. They're full of hopes and promises, and oh, things will get better. Things will get better, and they never make it right. They never fulfill their promises or actually do what they're going to say they're going to do. So I prefer to just be alone and do the things that I want to do for me, which, I've done a lot of thinking. I mean, when you're bedridden for 4 months, you get to do a lot of thinking. So, a lot of things that generally get asked throughout your life, I was never asked, and no one really knows. Like, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to be? What do you want to do with yourself? No one really asked me those things. No one really knows anything about me. And it's kind of crazy, and I've never really analyzed myself because I never really had the option because I was always sick. I never really thought I had the option to really think about what I wanted to do with myself or what I could do or what I thought would be fun other than partying. And when I did feel good, getting out of the house, because that was actually an option. So now I'm getting off a lot of these meds and I'm actually functioning and doing things, and it's really nice. It's like really, really nice. I'm cleaning up mom and dad's house and organizing. I'm purging their living space and getting things really organized and nice. So when things do evolve, it's really simplified. It's easier for them to manage. It's cleaned up. It's functionable. I can come and go as I please. I want to move 3-4 hours away to where I have my space, but I can always come back if need be at any time. And it's still, I mean, it took them 11 years to get this messy. I'm sure they can't do that much damage. So I'm sorry, I'm fighting this hard cold.
Oh, don't apologize. So I just want to, because I want to, part of how I can help you is by feeling into certain energies and asking certain questions, and to help you really get into your deepest feelings about what's really needed to have a breakthrough. And so what I've heard so far is you've had problems with your health that have been, ongoing throughout your life. You've had problems in 3 different relationships that were disappointing, where there was not the love reciprocated. And you've also been stuck in this people pleasing kind of role with family, and almost even a little bit of like martyrdom in your role as a mother and as a grandmother. In the past, you had that issue as well, but you're not having that issue anymore because you're not living with your grandkids anymore. And there's just, it feels like there's been a lot of burden and disconnect, like you're saying, from these, like, what is it I really want? Like, and I get that, because I remember there was a time in my life where I had felt like there had been no break from burden, from expectations from family, from what my mom needed to be, who had very high expectations. It was always about give, give everybody else. I worked with jobs that had really high expectations, and I just had to give so much, give. And I remember the first time somebody asked me, what do you want? I literally had a breakdown, like emotionally.
Right.
So I get it. I've been there. I was that person.
Like, I
I
know I
wasn't,
want
I wasn't
good.
chronically ill. I didn't have a lot of like illness problems. I have a pretty strong constitution on the whole, but I had other things. Like I had I suppressed a lot of my feelings, a lot, in order to cope. And
Well,
I
I
was
was
very
never
critical on myself. And that was its own sort of issue. So, I think that was how I, and so, that was how I prevented maybe illness from kind of going deeper into my body. But um so I'm feeling, but you can tell me, like, the most underlying problem here that needs solving, that you're working on right now, is your relationship with yourself, and how to create your life from self-love, and how that's going to shift everything for you. Is that correct? Is that what you're really working on? Or do you
I have
feel like there's something else that you would put as the number one?
I need to get my health straight so I can keep going, keep mentally. If I can keep physically going, I can keep mentally going. My focus is, if I'm in pain, my focus isn't there. I can't focus. And my
Yeah.
focus is all over the place. I bounce off the walls. Like, I can't, I bounce. I can't focus. I bounce from one thing to another. I'll have 20 projects going at one time, and 20 projects never win the race, ever. There's never a
No.
winner. So, I try to, I mean, I'm disabled. I'm home all the time. So I try to maintain certain goals, certain aspects. Like this morning I got up and I changed all my sheets. I'm sick, so I try to change sheets and try to wash clothes and try to get the germs out, and, you know, start with one area of the house and work my way up, or, you know what I mean? I try to keep in line with getting things done, and I'll start with one project. And next thing you know, I'm on the opposite end of the house and I still haven't finished making the damn bed. And I'm at a loss, and by the end of the day, I'm still making the damn bed. And I'm just sporadic, and I have to learn how to control my thoughts, my processes, and then I'll get stuck. I started with this throat thing 3 weeks ago, the week before Christmas. And I'm like, okay, all these things are happening with the world. Maybe it'll just go away. Well, then the week of Christmas, I want to say Christmas Eve, finally I broke down, and I said, okay, maybe it was his allergies or something happened. And I went and bought some throat spray because I didn't know what else to do. I'd tried the lemon ginger teas and blah, blah, blah. So I went and bought throat spray. Oh, it was so gross. I was the worst $10 I ever spent in my entire damn life. So it finally broke out. I was swollen all up in here. It finally broke out into this bad cold. And it's finally breaking down into running nose and eyes and coming up. And I'm like, yes, thank God. And some people are like, oh, it's all coming out. And I'm like, yes, thank God it's all finally coming out. But I'm talking it's 3 weeks. But that's how my colds do. You know, they'll build up like a pressure pot for 3 weeks and then explode. And that's how my body works. And it sucks. And I have to deal with that. And then I've got kids and holidays and family, and my parents are deaf and the TVs are loud, and I have migraines. So it's not easy. I'm on pain pills, which don't really do me any good. I hate pills. Always hated pills. I have a pill tray. I'm 48 years old. I have a pill tray. So I've been swapping out my pills from my doctors for vitamins and slowly getting off of the pharmaceutical pills and, replacing them with vitamins since like September. Yeah, August, September. I've been slowly decreasing those meds and replacing them with vitamins and increasing my functionality and dealing with a lot of emotions, the ex and the house and moving and letting go of a lot of materialistic things and just rebuilding myself and being very comfortable with being alone. I enjoy being alone. A lot of people can't live alone. I can. I love being alone. I love being in silence. I love being in the woods. I hate being in the city. I hate the rampant noises of cars and the hustle and bustle. I could let go of that forever. So my goal is to move to the woods. In about a year, I will be in the woods and enjoying nature. And if I got to be in a little RV by myself with my kitty cat Lily, then that's what we'll be doing. So I'm at the parents' house, living in a 10 by 12 room with the kitty cat, cleaning up the mess, paying off the debt, and that's my goals. So I'm going to spend the time cleaning the parents' house, spending the time with the grandkids, repairing any relationship issues I have with anybody.
Oh, you muted. You muted. I don't know. There's like a button on the bottom corner. There you go.
Yeah,
Wait, it okay, so it says you unmuted, but then I still can't hear you.
is that
Now
better?
I can hear you.
Okay. My ex boyfriend, I guess. I don't even know what to call him. He's in Wisconsin. We still talk. I don't know. He went to Wisconsin to get his head straight. He's not straight. I don't know what to tell him. It's not my problem. I can't fix you. I'm not your mother. I'm not your God. So, anyway, my point being is I have goals. My goals are to be solitary by myself with my kitty cat, making my own life at 48, 49, 50 years old, living in peace and harmony. And I need to get my health under control. I need to know where I stand, what I can do to fix my health issues. If there's anything else that I can do to really get a grip on these health issues. And that's why I'm talking to you. I saw your video with
Oh,
Stefano,
Esteban?
Esteban, yes. New Mexico, I think it is. Was he in New Mexico? Oh no, Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah, that was
But his
crazy.
yeah, with the
The
so
Oracle
is that how
seed?
you found me through that video?
Yes. Well, I saw you on Star Seeds and I did your meditation. I could never catch him on time, by the way, and I watched it at like 5 this morning and I fell asleep to it.
Yay, good for you.
And I'm gonna rewatch it again because for whatever reason, the gods had me up at 3:40 this morning. So I was like, oh, she put it up. That's for me. I'm going to watch it. And I knocked right out in the very end of it. So I'm going to go rewatch it and try to stay awake this
That's
time.
okay. I think a lot of people fell asleep because when I was doing the Q&A, everybody was quiet. And a lot of people had their video off. And I told people, if you want to lie down for this one, you can. So I think a lot of people fell asleep. So, just do it again. It's all good.
Well, I have to lay down because my upper back issues, or I have to like really sit back
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah.
So but yeah, that's how I found you, is watching the video on, well, that's what made me connect to you, because I didn't realize you
Yeah.
did all of that. And then I
Yeah.
was like, oh, you know what? Let me see what she could do for me. Because,
Yeah.
if I'm going to invest in my future, this would definitely be something she could help me with. And you seem very trustworthy. And, if I'm going to donate to somebody, I'd rather be a single mom with a beautiful little girl. So, not that I know what your girl looks like, but if she looks anything like you, it's got to be beautiful. Or she's got to be
She
beautiful.
actually doesn't look like me. She looks like this.
Oh, she's beautiful. I love her hair. Yeah, oh, funny. That's
Isn't that
beautiful.
cute?
Yes. But yeah, so I said, it would not hurt to reach out. And the only person that knows is my son. I just got off the phone with him, and we've had some rocky times.
It's okay. I feel the grief. It's okay. It's really okay. Just feel it.
bring the box closer. So he's 27. And like you, I was a single mom,
Mhm.
and I raised him by myself. I didn't have to fight my ex because at 5, he just decided he didn't want to raise a kid. And he was a nice guy, still is, nice guy. No drugs, no alcohol, just a moron, I guess. I don't know. Just decided he didn't want to raise his kid. I don't know. So took him to child support court and made him pay for his child that he never wanted to see, thinking if he paid for him, maybe he'd want to see him. But still didn't want anything to do with his own kid. It made no sense to me, still doesn't, but whatever. So he's a mama's boy, gave me 2 beautiful grandbabies. My grandson's 4. He's got like a hearing speech issue, smart as a whip. Not sure what's happening. He's always got like this cold thing happening, kind of like me, sinus issue. Um, he's got my heart. And my son, he's just got this. He works hard. He goes to work and he has no problem going to work. But then once he gets home, he almost feels like he doesn't have to do anything because he works hard. And he doesn't participate with the kids as much as I would like him to. He doesn't participate in household functions like I would like him to. And I guess that's a motherly thing. I don't know. So we went like a week without talking, and he says he's going to call, and then he don't call. And I would like for us to be closer. Well, since we've been living with each other for 27 years and now we're not living with each other, it's hard for me, that separation. So I'm going to miss him. But we talked earlier and it was sweet. And he called and I'm thinking, all right, what does he want? And he didn't want anything. And I felt bad because he didn't want anything. he just wanted to talk, and he mentioned us getting together and hanging out. And since we separated, I made him come and have lunch with me and take the kids to the park. And I'm trying to show him ways. It doesn't take much to go and grab some food and hit the park with the kids and just be out in the fresh air and enjoy watching the kids get eat up by ants and be in the nature and enjoy the fresh air and live for a few hours. So, hopefully things will get better as time moves on and we can, really repair some damage that's been done. Um, his fiance and I have had some struggles. I'm trying really hard to take her naiveness with a gentle heart. She tends to get really petty and say some really off the wall, cynical things. And I'm trying not to let that burden me. And I'm trying not to put him in the middle of it anymore. Before I'd go to him and tell him things, and and now I'm just kind of shoving it under the rug and just letting it be, trying to take the higher road. Let God take it and do what he wants with it and be the bigger person. So that's where I'm at with her. I'm just going to let it be, let it ride out. Again, they'll need me before I need them. I'm okay with where I am and where I stand. I know where I'm going with my heart. I know the things that I feel are true and pure for them. I wish I could give them the world. I would. I mean, I do a sweepstakes for a house every day, and I wish I could give them this house. And
Can I pause you there? Because little Rene, if you can tap into her and feel into how old she is, part of what is driving this desire to give this to your son, this home, this security, is the security little you didn't have, that she actually wants and needs for herself. So if you can, and if it's too much right now, I don't want you to be mad at yourself or be hard on yourself, but if you could just try and close your eyes and tap into that little child that wants to be cared and protected for fully and completely without any conditions. How old is she?
God, I would have to say 6.
Yeah. And what does 6-year-old Renee feel right now? What's she feeling?
Lonely.
Yeah.
Very lonely.
And what does she want from her mom right now that she doesn't have?
She wanted her mom. She wanted her dad. She couldn't have her dad.
Yeah. Why couldn't she have her dad?
He passed away.
Mm,
He died when I was 4.
mm, right. So sorry. Can you just tell 6-year-old Rene how sorry you are that she didn't have her dad?
Well, at that point, my mom was out drinking a lot and had a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
And she was being pulled away from me.
Yeah.
He was abusive to an extent, not so much physically, emotionally. He's very condescending and rude, and I didn't like him. I didn't like anybody around my mother, anybody that tugged at her attention.
Right. So, little Rene, you didn't like these people, and you decided at a very, very young age that men, these boyfriends, men that were not your dad, were not safe. They were not really going to be loving, committed, because that's what you saw in them. And that story, that feeling, you've been holding on to it all this time. You have not been able to let it go. But little Rene, you're so loved. Adult Rene loves you so much. And she wants you to work with her now to heal these, these experiences of lack and loss around being loved by the masculine, by the father, so that she can know true love. Because this whole time you've been saying that that can't be. And so every single person that comes into adult Rene's life is reflecting your own experience. And it's not making life better, it's making life more burdensome. And it's okay to feel so vulnerable and so scared to let go of the walls of needing the masculine to be not enough and having to do everything yourself. It's safe to need a masculine to truly be there for you and love you and be there physically, healthy, strong, supportive. Your father's energy is coming in a gentle, soft way to come and see you and speak to you now. And he's coming down to you, little 6-year-old Rene, and he's taking your hands. And what is it that he wants to share? Is it a feeling? You don't have to tell me now. You can if you want to, or you can tell me later, but just feel into what he's sharing with you, what he has to say. Feel his love and his strength. It's okay to cry. He's taking you in his arms, holding you so you can cry. You don't have to be strong. You're held. You're so supported by your father. And I want you to stay here, held in his arms and his embrace and his love, until you feel little 6-year-old Rene begin to dissolve into his arms, until she feels like she's gone and that this aspect of healing is complete. And when she feels completely gone, I want you to let me know.
I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize. Just tapping into your father's arms and his love the best that you can. Just feeling him. He's present. He's holding you through this. Strong and steady. Strong and steady. The presence of that strength and steadiness that you always needed but didn't have is here in abundance now. As much as you need, for as long as you need it, until you feel completely healed, completely held, completely stable, completely nourished, and fully strong. There's also a guardian angel watching over this scene, providing protection and love for you, your father, 6-year-old Rene. And she's always watching over you, protecting you, and bringing this healing to you now.
You gave me the biggest warm hugs.
Can you repeat what you just said? I couldn't quite hear you.
You gave me the biggest warm hug. He made me sweat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I never sweat.
Yeah,
He's got me sweating.
yeah. He's so there for you. He's so there. He's holding you so tight. He loves you so much.
He's always with me. He's always protecting me. I totaled the car in 2012 in the woods. I jumped like 4 lanes of traffic, passed out, don't remember none of it. And I woke up with a little hickey on my head, and they said I was dehydrated. And no way I should have made it out of that wreck. No way. Couldn't find anything wrong with me. Cardiologist, neurologist, like I went through the whole ringer of doctors and nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. That's all my life. Nothing's wrong with me. And I'm in an angel bubble. Story of my life. I'm in this angel bubble. Like there's always somebody protecting me. He's always there protecting me, always watching over me. And that's the way I see it. Anyway, I know he's there. He's always there. He's my angel. I wish everybody had their own little angel, but I got my own, and nobody else can have him. He's mine. Every once in a while, feel a kiss on my forehead. He's right there. But that was the best hug ever.
It was. It really was. Just clearing some old energy out.
I don't remember anything about him. I was 4. It was 2 days before my birthday. So it would have been March 12th of 77. And there was a big conflict in the family because my mom gave me a birthday party and we had to do a funeral and a birthday party, and my grandmother was mad at my mom for having a birthday party and funeral and all this other stuff. And I don't remember any of this. Like, I was 4. I don't remember none of it. And so it was, I don't talk to really any of my family. And my immediate family is my family. Outside of that, we don't really talk to for many reasons. Deaths over the years and conflicts and just petty, stupid stuff. And we're all okay with that. It's what it is. It is what it is. It's, classic family drama, petty, stupid stuff. Different beliefs, different ways of seeing different things. And you hear snippets and stories over the years. And my dad was wild. He was crazy. He was drugs. Went to jail for Quaaludes. He stole my aunt's car and went to Tennessee and came back. And they called my grandpa and said the car was found in Tennessee, but he was here. And left my mom high and dry with no money and 2 kids. But she loved him, and she didn't do drugs or drink or anything until after he passed away. So I don't know what exactly happened, but supposedly right before he passed away, he straightened up, and apparently he knew he was going to pass because he was talking about God and passing, and he knew he was going to pass. He had mentioned religion and passing. And so he had set up the stepping stone, so to speak. And then he died in an explosion, a freak accident at work in the middle of the night. And he was the only one that passed away. A couple of people got hurt, but he was the one that passed away. And it set up my family, for a stable income, nothing crazy, but a stable income.
From the insurance, right?
Right.
Yeah, work accidents. Yeah, you get stuff for that. Yeah. I'm so sorry, by the way.
Thank you.
My father-in-law became a quadriplegic from an accident, but it was his own fault, it was pretty it was pretty awful. So I do understand how tragic catastrophic accidents are. It's very hard.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was many a times I wished my dad wouldn't have been dead. It would have been nice to have him here. But then again, you think about the other side of that, the flip side of it. Well, what if he would have been here and he would have been an abusive or emotional, or, you never know what a person would be if they were here. You never know the other side, the flip side to that. So I'm very blessed to have a father that did pass away and that knew God before he passed. He might have been a lot of things, but at least I knew he died with heaven in his heart, so to speak. Now we know a little different, but anyway. So at least I know he's always there with me. He's always protecting me from things that I have no idea about. I mean, I just got the greatest hug ever. So, most people can't get that. And their dads are in the very next room. So it's definitely a different type of relationship. My mom's never been the same. That was the love of her life. She's deeply damaged from it. And I've always had to take care of her. I'm the baby. My brother was damaged. He's always been mad at my mom for never snapping out of it, I guess. And so it was always a war of wits between the two, who could drink or outmaneuver the other one. And I was always the referee. So, yeah. Now I just curse them both out and tell them to go to bed.
Tell them to go to bed.
Yeah, I curse them out, tell them to go to bed. Put them in their rooms, tell them to go to bed like kids. And that's how I treat them like children. But at least they live in separate houses at this point, and it's easier. And my brother has a girlfriend that drinks and parties like he does, and so they're on their own little path of games. And my mom's remarried to a man that has his own little ways, and they work well together. He has his little ways and she has her little ways, and they manage.
Yeah.
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 Work it. I don't know. That's their deal. I can't say I agree with a lot of it, but that's not my way of life. So I throw my hands up. I can't change the world. I can only change my perspective and give people my opinions. And that's where I'm going to start staying in my lane. Because there's one thing I've learned a lot over this past year is I need to learn how to keep my mouth shut.
I would put it slightly differently. I would say that what you're starting to learn, especially since you're starting to open to your spirituality more, is how that there's a reason why some of these connections were never everything that you had hoped that they were, why why your family couldn't bring you all the love that you needed and deserved. And it's why there's this level of disconnect between hearts and values, and it's just not what you wanted, and that's totally understandable. But there's a bigger purpose for it, and it's your ascension, and it's your coming into you, higher you, fully. And when we're so entangled with these 3D relationships, and when we're so just satisfied within the culture, which is not a very spiritual culture, that we live in, and your
Right.
soul has a higher agenda, right? Then your soul has set this up intentionally to, so you will go within and make this connection and bring your soul into this physical body, into this world. And you have literally, your soul wants this so bad that it's like not going to give you peace and health until you get this figured out.
Well, how can I?
I mean, are you following me? Is this making sense?
Yes,
Is it triggering you? Just tell me what you're feeling.
I'm following you. Yes, I get what you're saying. I have to figure it out, but what exactly do I need to figure out? Um, okay, so most people know that I'm following aliens and ascending, and um, gods are out there. Source is the ultimate. I'm sporadic with it, and I let them know y'all all gonna think I'm crazy, and I don't care. I don't care what you think of me. Um, if you choose to believe me, that's fine. If you choose to think I'm nuts, that's cool too. But you need to trust in what I'm telling you, and you need to allow me to express myself in my own way and love me for it. And they do, they respect me. But I don't think, I don't go into extreme debt with them. It depends on the person. My dad, my stepdad, I should clarify that. My stepdad, he's seen aliens before, he believes in them, but he also thinks they're going to hurt him. And I try to explain to him they're not going to hurt you. My mom thinks it's all bullshit. I'm like, it's not, but, and she laughs me off. Um, my son and daughter-in-law blow me off. I'm not sure what they think of me. I really don't know. The ex, I've sent him information. He thinks, holy cow, he believes in aliens, but I don't know if he's followed any of the information. Other than that, I don't really talk to anybody. My social circle is very, very, very thin. I don't speak to a lot of people.
Feels like there's a lot of old energies that are finally starting to like open up to clear out here. There's it's what's the right way of putting this? It's like it all comes back to love and being able to be open to receive love. And that has to open fully so that your higher self can come into your heart. Because if your heart is not open, your higher self, and there's different degrees of healing of the heart, lots of different degrees of healing of the heart. But the more healed your heart becomes, the more your higher self can come in, and the more you can start to activate to all of these ascension light codes. And that's going to also help with your physical healing in a major way because it's activating your DNA, your higher DNA, it's activating your life force. Like I don't really, generally speaking, get sick anymore. At worst, like I mean, it doesn't mean I'm not exposed to all the things, but when I at the worst, I'll generally feel like a little bit of congestion or something, and then I'm finding out everybody else is like sick, bad colds, or this or that or whatever. Um, I used to have uterine fibroids, and I healed and cleared those. I worked with flower essences for like 2 years, and I make them myself, and there's also ones that I get from other people who make them. Um, but that was at the early end of working on my journey with flower essences, like really healing the womb. And there's a lot of sacral chakra attachments in that area about relationships and relationship healing and ancestral healing. And women carry a lot of that in the womb, and it gets passed from womb to womb. So there might be even like trauma from what your mom was dealing with your dad when she was pregnant with you that imprinted on you.
Yeah, she didn't go to the hospital, well, the doctor, until she was 6 months pregnant with me. I was an accident, for one. And she didn't, I don't understand, I don't know the dynamics, but she didn't go to the doctor until she was 6 months pregnant with me. She's told me that a few times in the past like month, and I'm like, you told me that, Mom. And I'm not sure what, she's been real spacey lately. And I've been trying to be real patient and get the gist of a lot of information out of her, but then she forgets what she's saying and doesn't complete things.
Is she healthy?
For the most part, other than smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day and drinking and eating junk. 3D healthy.
Yeah, just because I'm feeling that she's started to connect to the heavenly realms. So
Yeah.
um that's where the spaciness is coming from. So it could be that there's part of her that wants to go home, and that's why she's like doing this to her body. And again, earlier at the beginning of the conversation, you spoke about with a lot of grief about this going home energy, and there's this is something that is ancestral, and it's you've gotten this from your mother, and because she feels this very much too, and there's trauma that's been getting passed down generationally that's just it's very hard to heal it so that you can fully land here and be healthy, and feel safe to be healthy here on earth in a physical body. Because for one of or multiple of your ancestors, when you were fully in your power in your physical body here, then something very bad happened to them. And it could be because of spiritual powers that you had, spiritual authority. Somehow they were a threat and they were attacked by other elders, or benefactors. I'm hearing, in the hierarchy of like pantheon of, that time and where they lived. So, and we're not just talking just killed, like we're talking like ostracized, killed, like, things that happen in the olden days that were really brutal that we don't do anymore, kind of stuff. Is this
Right.
making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I have to breathe out. There's because we're clearing energy here. Because I see somebody who's like, I see somebody who sort of like an enslaved type of a person, where like they're in those like wood boards with their head and their hands are through like the wood boards, and like they're chained up, like, and it was just like some sort of ostracization, condemnation of this ancestor. and they were really ridiculed, you know?
Oh, wow.
And tortured, I guess. There's that is a kind of torture, doing that to a person before they were killed, I guess. So yeah, and this person, they were jailed. It's a male. It was a male ancestor, or it just whoever, even if this is connected to either your soul or your mom's soul directly, in that lifetime, it was masculine, it was male. So, and this can even be connected to your father. It is connected to your bloodline. Okay, so we're just going to offer this energy because I'm feeling it now opening in the heart and coming through the heart. So if you want to just set the intention to really open your heart, we're just going to offer this trauma memory from your bloodline back to God, back to the great central sun. And as you breathe out, I want you to imagine like golden light streaming out of your heart and carrying these black dots of this trauma back to the great central sun, and seeing those black dots arriving on these golden strands back at the great central sun. And as they arrive there, they dissolve, they get transmuted back into pure light, back into pure love. Yeah, there's a bit of a release of grief. Yeah, oh my gosh, this ancestor is like really carrying a very heavy burden, very heavy grief. Just asking now for cleansing of your blood, your bloodline, from the light of God and the healing of the blood of the Jesus Christ. If you want that, which, I'm not going to force it on you, but you're able to receive that now. If you want it, you just have to internally say yes. Yeah. Okay. So I just see your like DNA unlocking now. So this it was it was really capping things. It was like locking, putting a lock on the awakening and the ascension of your DNA in some aspects because of this trauma code, almost like a spell that had been put, like enforced trauma by others is like, and it was something like I said, there was somebody that with a high ranking, like it could have been something papal, like the papacy has put like a lot of controls throughout history to suppress like direct connection with spirit. So people that had that were really ridiculed and condemned. And it feels like that a lot. It feels like that a lot. So just, yeah. And just this person, like they did it in an evil spirit. So it was like sort of like a curse on your ancestor. And then that ultimately ends up affecting, your ancestors' descendants. I'm just going to do a little light language to clear this out. So if you want to receive that, just internally say yes. Saria ko sari, sari naria sakoria si nari soria ko tria satia ka satia ki. Niria soria sasia ko tria sakatia si. Niria so asia sakotoria sakata sari. Ne sasieto triaka koriasia satriaki. Niria sasatia kakotia sakata sai. Neria socia socetia coteria satari, Maria sia sia socito queria catari. Ne sea socia cotari, saria catoriasi. Neria sa catia sosai, sayu sacia takai. Neria poteria cataria sa coteria sa catiasi. Coriasa patia cataria sataria catari. Niria potia shatari asatari akasati. Niria sasiako tariati apitriasiaki. Niriasa koriasi sariasi sariati. Neasa kotiasa katoriasa 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 kai. Niria koriasi nariasa satiaki. Neasi aso sai sasoto akasati. Niriasa soi sasiata koriasa satiaki. Niriasa koti asa tariaki sati aka. Taking a nice deep breath in through your nose and clearing out through your mouth. And in my cupped hands here, I see a beautiful lotus flower, and it's like a blush pink and ivory colored lotus. And yeah, I'm really feeling into the energy of Quan Yin, like I'm embodying that energy of healing, forgiveness, compassion. She helps clear very deep grief after very traumatic situations. And she's offering this lotus to bring peace and harmony and healing and restore. It's also the master healer. So I feel like it's being offered to your ancestors, to your bloodline. It's being offered to you at a high level, to higher, almost like higher you. And so that you can really heal spiritually, because there's spiritual scars here that is what's underlying all this physical illness and just issues being fully in the body, is that even like it's hard to fully be here physical when your spirit itself is already dealing with scars. And so if those scars supersede all other scars in the physical, everything starts in the spiritual and comes into the physical. So we're just going to work at that level of spiritual healing, and we're going to send this lotus to heal your aura, any rips or tears in your aura, and to provide nourishment to your higher self and to your angelic embodiment, so that you feel more safe to come to earth, be an earth angel, and share that light in much more direct and potent and powerful ways in your daily expression, including with your family, but with all people, that you feel safe and wanting to shine your light in the world with people with healthy boundaries that keep you protected, but are also permeable, and wanting to connect with people in really meaningful ways. Keria koria si nari asitari. Easa kori asatari akasati aki. Niriasia shotoria kasi nari asiatiaka. Keria sa soti akasati aki teria. Oshetia na tariasia ka kariasia takari. Nisatia sesato asasati akatari. Niriasi ashisi ateria kasi ati. Koriasi ateriasa kotriasi akatari. Yeah. Sorry, there's a throat clearing here. Yeah, there's been a lot of that lately, but there's something specific coming up with this lotus where the throat is clearing, to speak your truth, to feel good in your truth, and not sort of defaulting to wanting to just be by yourself, because on some level subconsciously and in your throat chakra there's wounding around not being able to speak your truth. And again, part of that is ancestral, because it was really unsafe to be in your truth. Nari asati akodriasi atiasi asosati akatari asatari aki. Korea anri asiti akasati apa paria sako asiti akoto isitria. Neisia koa naria sa si toria kaka sa toria kasai. Niri satia ko sa si saria sa sato. Aria ari naro asi sa si atakaro. Niri sia koria sa tari sosisia ko sa sia yenisia ko. Niria yo ya sa ya ko karia sa koria sa kosoria sa tari. Naria a so asi soria sa sai sai. Toria sa si ko toria sa sai te. Neria soso toriaka koria sa satiaka. Koria sa satiaki sotoria sa satiami. Neria poporia sa satiaki koria sa satoria sa satoria satari. Neria soso sasiaka sosoria sa satiaka. Koria sa sasi aso sati asi atiaki. Nisa potia kosea soso teriaka si. Nerisia sotoria sa satoria sa sai. Niria sasia sosia sa soria sa sai. Kiriasa koriasa kariasa siata koriasa. Okay, beautiful. So I'm feeling now the energy of your ancestors, like being willing to descend from this ray of light where we've been offering this lotus and coming down into the body, into your physical self, including your higher self, coming and descending now into your physical self. So just being open to receiving the greater aspects of who you are, your soul's wisdom, your ancestors' wisdom, protection, all descending fully into your physical flesh body, anchoring into your cells, replacing all these old epigenetic traumatic memories and codes. They're all leaving now, seeing those all dissipating. They cannot stay. They're incongruent with this new templating, this new light, with the light of your soul and the light of your bloodline. Siya kosia sanai soisia toriaki. Ni iya sasoto akasato asatari. Niriasi asasoto asasato asatari. Kiriasi asasotoria asasatoria asatari. Niya soso sosiata koto asatari. Niriasi asasatoria asasatoria asatari. Niriaka koria potria sa kotria satari aisi. Nuriasi sasi ato asa kaso atatari. Meriapa poriashi sasi atakatoria satari. Niriasia sasato akasatoria satari. Niriasia sasatoria sasatoria satari. Niriasi asasatoria sasatoria satari. Beautiful. Taking a nice deep breath. And just visualizing that Merkaba, that star tetrahedron inside of your heart space. And it's actually spinning clockwise inside of your chest. Just feeling it activating, lighting up. Tapping into your aura, this giant field. It's several feet outside of your body. Just feeling into its energy, sending it rainbow light to fill your entire aura, activating it to these fifth dimensional frequency fields. It's feeling like you're now inside of this beautiful rainbow light bubble, protected. And inside of this rainbow light bubble, you're now able to safely receive these downloads through your crystalline light column from source of diamond white light, all the way down through your soul star, your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat chakra, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, your root chakra, your earth star chakra. Just swirling this white diamond light through your entire light column, through all your chakras, through your spinal column. Swirling it through your brain, through the center of your brain and your pineal gland, lighting up that connection to God's source. Iria sonia sia kakotoria satari. Nidiasia shasatoria sasatoria satari. Niasia kakotoria sakatoria satari. Nidiasia shasatoria sasatoria satari. Niria kakatoria sakatoria sataria natororia sasatoria sasatoria satari. Niriasa sosi asatari ako sati asatari. Niriasa sati ako asataro asatari. Niria pato asa nariasa noriasa kasi ata. Doriasha sati ako siana sati anasya. Po ana poteria kasi nari asataro. Nara ashi aso nari asatari apa. Priyama podeyapa poriasi poti pariasa tori apa pari akataria biasa. Poriasha pori akatariana suti akatoriasa tari. Niriasa suti akatari akatari ana. Ne asa katia sakato asa sati. Kariasa satia poteriasi akatariasi ati. Tariasa koti asa tariana sati aki. Niria siti ako asi ata asi ati. Okay, I see the book of life being opened for your bloodline. And basically any wrongdoings, anything negative that's been holding you back from healing and living your best life, because of your ancestral lineage is just getting cleared here. It's getting removed from the book of life. Just seeing that get dissolved. Beautiful, clean slate. Beautiful. Feeling into your crown chakra at the top of your head. Beautiful. Feeling a beautiful golden light glowing there. Seeing hovering above your head in this beautiful crown, golden crown spinning in this golden light. Excellent, excellent. Receiving a ray of blue light, a laser beam of blue light through this crown, anchoring into the crown of your head, into your pineal gland at the center of your brain. Beautiful, beautiful. And so it is. Karia noria sa saia siata, koria sa saia kasia onia siapa pari. Kiasa sotoria casa siata tariapa, koriashtani asiatia kosiriata. Niasa sotia casa tia siatia koama, toriaka tia soasia suseria katari. Miriasha soia kotriasa taria kasiriatia pa, koriasha satia koasia koasia koasa. Miriako toria sitia kotoria sakatia pa, koriasa taria kotoria soteria aki ata. Miriapa poriashi ati ako atiri asi ata, koriasa sati aka kotoria sakati ata. Miria popori ana sati aka satuati tari asi ako asi akatari akasea. Noria sasiti aka kotoria sakata sei. Niria sasato asi ato asi ato. Beautiful. And just feeling into the center of your forehead, feeling your third eye open. Seeing like an open eye in the middle of your forehead. Niria koria si asi ato asi asatei, koria sati akati aso ati akatea, noria sakato asi atatari aso ati, karia sakato asi ako ati ato taria. Ni asasato aki ato asi akaria si akoria si akoria si akoria a, miria sha katoria sa katoria si ataria popotoria ka katoria ka katoria ka. And beautiful, and feeling into your throat chakra. And again, seeing a star Merkaba, star tetrahedron spinning counterclockwise now in your throat. Yeah. Just doing a clearing there, visioning these double helix strands inside of this spinning Merkaba. Just calling in these higher aspects of you now, this higher DNA to heal in your throat, where there was major blockages from this trauma. Katiriaka karyana noriasa tariaka koryasa katoriasi asi ati akoasa. Miriasho osi ata katiasa katoaisa kotoriasa kati asa kato asi atasea. Niria asati aka kotoriasa sati aki Kiriasa sato asi ako asi ata asi. Niriasa kato asa kato asa kati a. No oriasa katoriasa katoriasa kato asa. Ni asa sato asa tari asi kariasa satoriasa satoriasa tiri aka. Niriasa koariasa katiasa katoriasa 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 katoriasa. Peria oriono nariasi akatario. Mariashi pariania sayaka kuriasha sati ako. Kiriasi na sati asakato kari asi ato asi ata asiaka. Niriasa ko asi dari asi aka kuriasa kariasi kariasi ati aka. Beautiful. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and down through your mouth. And feeling one more time into your heart. And feeling back into that spinning star Merkaba in your heart. And seeing those double helix strands of DNA inside of your heart. Spinning inside of this spinning Merkaba. It's going counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. Ooh. Ooh. Say yes, oh. 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 Beautiful. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and down through the mouth. And now breathing into your heart space and breathing out through your heart, sending beautiful golden and white rays of light in all directions from your heart, from this Merkaba. One more time, breathing in through your heart. And breathing out, sending golden rays all the way to reach the edges of that bubble, that rainbow light bubble, your aura, and just beyond it, filling the whole space. And one more time, breathing in through the heart. And sending these golden and white rays out to fill this bubble, your aura, and to fill your greater field, reaching out to meet with your I am presence. And breathing in through your heart. And sending these golden and white rays to fill the entire multiverse, all time, space, dimension, and reality and beyond. Filling all of existence. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. In Jesus' name, amen. Just putting your hands in prayer over your heart. Just bowing towards yourself, small little bow to your heart, to your divinity, to your holiness, to the sacredness of what you've just activated today. Thanking Quan, thanking Jesus Christ, who also was very important and present in his healing. Thanking the guardian angel watching over you and your father. And with another nice deep breath, wiggling your fingers and toes. And with your next breath in and out, wiggling your shoulders and feeling into your body. And with your next deep breath, feeling into your surroundings, becoming very alert and present in your body. And with your last breath in and out, returning back to the room, fully present, fully conscious.
Hi.
Hi.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's almost insane. Um,
You just
I
did a
just,
really powerful healing for your bloodline. You know that, right?
I didn't even touch the fact that um my illness was passed on to my son. So part of my disability, fibromyalgia, my son was diagnosed with that when he was 16. And he's got arthritis in his hands, and he, deals with some of these attributes too. And he plugs along, and I've taught him ways to manage without going to doctors and pills and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah. So hopefully this process will kill the cycle. Yay. Yay. Kind of sad about the news about my mom, but I knew that was happening. I think it was New Year's Day. No, New Year's Eve. She mentioned she was ready to pass on. And I know that time's coming. Doesn't make it hurt any less, but I know that's coming. It's part of life. Um, well, the next day she slept till 2 in the afternoon. Like, I went in there with a Diet Coke. I'm like, excuse me, Mom, time to get up. Like, is she gone now? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, um, she's ready to pass on. And I've pretty much started setting my emotional self up for that moment. Um, I don't think you can ever really set yourself up to fully be prepared for that, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Um, I knew that was kind of coming. Surprising that you said it, you know? It just confirms my own intuition.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, to know that I can actually spiritually heal and see that the blockage is removed, that can actually help me physically heal. So, I mean, I don't dream. Everything's covered, everything's blocked off, everything's, blocked. I don't dream. I don't, very rarely do I dream, and it's stupid stuff, just irrelevant to the world itself. It's it's limited. I don't have the imagination. Everything's blocked over. So it'll be nice to see where my limits can go now. And maybe my focus can be a little better. And I can do things a little different and have that little more push, that goal, that heart, that clarity. Dig a little deeper.
A lot more heart, a lot more
Oh, thank
clarity,
you.
a lot more heart, a lot more clarity. I just I just can't emphasize that enough.
Well, I've had to block it for so long. I feel like I was,
I feel 6-year-old Rene feels lighter to me right now, a lot lighter.
I think I've come to realize in the past few months that I've had to protect myself for so long, for so many reasons, and I really don't have to anymore. I've had to protect this one. I've had to protect this one. I've had to balance so many people and so many things, and I really don't have to do that anymore. They all have their own little things. I don't have to do that anymore. The only one I have to balance is me. There's nobody else to protect. They all have their own little bubbles. I'm done. I've finished. It's complete. I can actually spread my wings and fly and go and be whoever I want to be, wherever I want to be, whenever I want to be it. Just got to get up and go.
You can
Yeah.
now. Now you can. What was blocking you from doing that? We just did a big healing on that. That's why you're here.
So what era would that have been? Like
I'm hearing the 1300s.
Jesus. Oh, I guess, yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. So a while ago.
Could you leave me alone?
Hmm?
Could they just leave me alone now?
Well, it's people underestimate the power of what's happened in their bloodlines, and that there's often a lot of different things that needs healing. So, and sometimes it's also past, we'll just say past life or parallel life, but it felt very, very ancestral. It came through as a very, very big ancestral healing that impacts your whole family. So your mother got healing from this too. Your son got healing from this. You got healing from this. Your dad got healing from this. Even these ancestors back to this. I mean, usually they say generational healing is only 7 generations back, 7 generations forward. That's not what happened today. We were healing something that happened in the 1300s today. That's many generations back.
Right.
So, because it was the reason why it was important, because it was this seed point for what caused, I think, a shifting away from spirituality, away from embodiment, away from being safe. And it's gone on now for generation and generation and generation and generation in your family without the seed point having been healed and resolved. It's a long time to go unresolved.
Right.
And 6-year-old Rene could never really feel safe with that energy because she felt it.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
Part of always being there for others was a way to sort of deal with your own discomfort and disease when other people are not feeling well because you're so sensitive.
Oh, I'm very sensitive. I pick up on everything. My
Right.
intuition is on the nose. I walk in a room and I feel everything.
Right.
I I have panic attacks in the grocery store now. Well, in May, I caught a headache. I was getting epidurals and I caught a bad headache. Went in the hospital for about 2, 3 days. They couldn't figure it out. Wound up in bed for 4 months, bedridden, headaches, blackout room, no noise, no TV, no nothing. Shut everything down. 4 months. Hurricane Ida hit. So I'm in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
And Hurricane Ida hit. We had to evacuate. Got me out of my bed, got off the bed and in the car and drove, evacuated, came back. The boyfriend's drunk, popping pills, stayed here for a week with no lights. He's just done lost his mind. House is a mess. Well, it lit a fire under my ass and I never went back. Like, I never went back to bed. I had a fit. Started cleaning the house, cleaning out corners, cleaning out closets, cleaning out everything. So you can say from September till now, I've just been steadily clearing out every nook and cranny of everything in my life. Um, just decluttering every piece of it, throwing away anything that does not serve any value to me emotionally. Like it just had to go. If it stressed me out, I had to go. If I go to the grocery store, there's too many people, or somebody I ran into from a long time ago has a weird vibe, I'll start panicking and I gotta go. I gotta go. Can't catch my breath. Couldn't figure it out for the longest time. Well, here we are. It's Ascension. Hi. I had no idea. I had no clue. I started seeing a therapist in June. I wanted to kill myself. Like I had no idea what was going on. Cut off quite a few friends, family. Like I could just quit talking to everybody. No,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I can't.
We're just clearing this energy right now. We're sending it back to the sun. And it's like I don't want to scare you, but it's like a bit of like and it's a bit of an unusual one. But I think this is why we did the repairs on your aura, because it's like there's some sort of entity that's specifically been like sort of trying to damage your aura to prevent you from having which is like, and your way of reacting to this is by just not being around anyone because you kind of feel like there's these like you're picking up intuitively that you're not totally safe because your natural protection boundaries are not fully they weren't fully established because of this damage to your aura. So and it's just there's some sort of like entity like that was like causing this for you. And I like my arm right now when I do these things and I have to send these energies back my arm, um it's because there's a lot of energy that I'm helping to clear to offer back to the sun to just rid you of it, get it away from you. Pretty much, simply put. So You just have to, if you just want this healing, you just have to internally say yes, and it's done.
Yes.
Kiriasa, koriasa, katiasa, tari, tariasa, satoriasa, satoriasa, tari. Kiriasa, satoriasa, satoriasa, tariaka, koriasa, satoriasa, satoriasa, tari. Variana, si, aso, tari, aquí, sia, satoriaka, kotoriasa, katoriasa, satiriaka, tari, neriasa, satoriasa, 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 tari. Neria Satoria Satiriaka Satoria Satiriaka Satoria Sataria Satari Neria Soti Akasani Asatari Ako Asi Neria Sosi Ati Akasato Asatara Siri Neria Sosi Atari Si Atoria Sasatai Kari Asi Aso Atakari Asi Asataria Neria Sako Asasati Akasati Akasatia Koto Asataria Sia Totaria Satai Neria sho asi atakatoria si akoteria kator asia katoria sa katoria sa katoria si. Nisitria ko asa sati akatari asatari ariasa koto asa kataria sa sati ika. Kiriasa so asa sati akasitia to sea kotoria sa putoria sa katoria sa kataria ki. Niriasa so asatari aka koria sa sati ama. Koria sa sati akoria si atoria si asi ata. Tiriasa soto asa satoria sa satoria sa Satoriasa, 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 Soriakana, Sata, Sodiasi, Sitiapa, Potoriasa, Sato, Asasati, Asasitiaka, Kiriaso, Asasati, Asasati, Asa, Sasoriasa, 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 Viriaso, Asia, Coriasa, Siti, Niriaso, Asakati, Asi, Ati, Aka, Niriasaso, Oto, Asatari, Akasati, Asariaso, Soto, Asi, Ati, Akiaka. Niriaso sotiaka atariasa satoriasi natoriasa satoriasa satoriasa setiaka periashato asa setiaka taria o nari asi ato asa sati akataria kateo. Be asha setiaka kotoriasa setiaka koriasa sati akariasi atariasi atiako. Niriasa sa atoriasa tariasa setiaka kariasa si atariasa satoriasa satoriaso. Niriaso asiata kotoriasa satoriasa Satoriasa, 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 Niriasa, Sosoriasa, 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 Sosoriasa. Miriaso, Asi, Ani, Ako, Apa, Tai, Asa, Tario. Miriasha, Ani, Asa, Toriasa, Si, Aka, Terio. Miriasha, Sasi, Aka, Sasi, Ata, Seriaka, Terio. Niriasa, Si, Asa, Titi, Ataria, Si, Aka, Terio. Ariasa, Ariasa, Po, Anaria, Si, Asa. Kariasi asi asasiti asi ati aka. Niriasa sati akariasi asasiasi asa seriaka. Kariasi asati aka siti aka. Okay, beautiful. So the sun has like taken this and it's expanding like around me and around you. It's sending these very powerful waves of ascension, very powerful plasma waves. So just feeling that sunlight and those basically these very radiant rays enveloping you, fully creating this new field, this new egg of solar light, plasma around your aura, around your entire field. Kariasa, satoriasa, 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 sasoriasa, satoriasa, sasoria tatarariaki, nariasa, satoriasa, satoriasi, front to back, and side to side. And top to bottom, and inside to outside. Just resting inside of this beautiful light, healed, protected, feeling that golden glow, feeling this shield of protection surrounding you fully. It's very supercharged. It actually contains quantum energy from the quantum field, which is really allows you to transcend any limitations of time, space, dimension, and reality to move in the way you'd like to move and create in the way you'd like to create. and feel the way you'd like to feel. And open your heart. I see a beautiful chalice now in your heart space, and it's overflowing with water, like a fountain of water. So your cup of love and holy light, divine light has been restored. It's being restored so that you can overflow with love from God's source. And that light and that love, that fountain is again shining out and filling into this bubble of light, protecting you, fully illuminated, feeling the superchargedness of this quantum light, quantum healing. Sending signals to all your telomeres to relax, to process efficiently and effectively for your greatest healing, greatest restoration in the least amount of time space possible. And it is done. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In Jesus' name, amen. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through your mouth. And feeling into your heart, breathing into your heart. And out through your heart, filling your entire home, your entire community, filling your entire country, the whole planet with your light. Your light is so needed here. You are so needed here. Taking another deep breath. Breathing out and wiggling your fingers and toes. And another nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and feeling fully into your body, fully present in the space around you. And another deep breath. And on this exhale, coming back into presence, back into full awareness, fully conscious, fully present.
Whew. I gotta move.
Oof. Man.
I didn't expect all of this. I thought we were going to talk about getting all of this.
That was pretty powerful, that last healing. That was energetically, like, that was when I'm clearing that kind of stuff, it's quite energetically intense for me to do that. So but yeah, it was beautiful, the energies that came in once we cleared that for you. I think I think it's important right now for you to rest and integrate, drink water, lots of pure water, good water. If you don't have a filter on your tap, I would suggest getting spring water. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's good. And I think you're going to want to do this again, go over this again, at least one more time to deepen into the healing. I think you might want to re-listen to these healings again to deepen into them. Yeah. So How did that feel for you?
That felt really good. Very
Yeah.
opening.
Yeah.
Really good. I do want to listen to it again. Probably a few times actually.
Yeah.
um, will you send it to me or?
Yeah, I can send it to you. You can think about it. If you are comfortable, I can upload it and you
I'm not
can,
familiar with Zoom or how it all works.
well, I'm gonna get a recording of this and then I can send you a direct link, but I can also, if you're comfortable, I can upload it to YouTube. That way, like that's kind of how you found me, like Esteban. And then it just means that more people
I'm
can
fine with that.
see what I do and get the healing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody goes and finds me on YouTube, good luck with that. Little chick from Marrero, the granny from Marrero. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
You know, but hey, if somebody can get something out of it, I'm glad they found it, you know? I mean, if it helps anybody else, I wish them all nothing but the best. Because I hate to see, I know what I've lived with, and it sucks. Life in pain sucks.
Yeah.
Chronic pain sucks. You know, I've been in pain since I was like 16 that I can remember. Just it started with the neck and then it goes into the shoulder. And next thing you know, I'm getting injections every 3 months in the hips and the pills. I can't tell you how many pills I've eaten in my life and the money I've spent. You know, I went from a sixth grade education to working in an accounting office and I was a single mom doing really great things to being completely wiped out. You know, it's disgusting. People look at you like you're such a pile of junk, and I'm not. Nobody should ever, look down upon anybody. I went to my nephew's yesterday to feed his animals. He's glamping with his family. So I go to his little house and feed his zoo. He's got an iguana, four turtles, bird, two rabbits, two cats, and a hamster. And so I go over there and I feed his animals. And, there's the man on the corner, and it went from like 80 degrees to 30 degrees. And he's out there begging for money. And, I just imagine I send him healing thoughts and, love every time I see him. And he's there every day religiously. And it's just sad because I think about all the people and, what they don't do for him, the destruction they send his way, the negativity they send his way, and nothing they send his way in positivity, love, and thoughts. And if they grouped together and sent the positivity his way, how much further along he would be in life. Not that he needed material things, the positivity, the security of knowing he had that love centered to him. So it's really sad. And I wish more people would just have a positive outlook. I've been homeless. I've been in the ruts of life. I've also had great, big, beautiful houses and cars, and none of it ever matters. None of it. Material things only get you so far. It's all the heart. It's all in the heart. I gotta go find mine. Apparently, I lost it somewhere. I blocked it up.
There was such a beautiful heart healing that came through at the end there. I I I can't obviously give hard guarantees, right? But I would really anticipate that within a month from now, you're going to feel very different and better than you did coming into this call today. And I'm going to follow up with you. And I guarantee it. I guarantee, like, sorry, I can't, not a legal guarantee, but like, you know what I'm saying? I just know it from the heart. I know that you're going to feel a lot better. So, um,
Well,
and even 3 weeks from now, it usually takes about depends on the person, usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to fully integrate a deep session. So,
well, today I start my 30 days of yoga.
yeah,
I got all
perfect.
kinds of missions happening today, honey.
Perfect. That's
So today,
perfect.
me and
Yeah.
the BFF are starting the 30 days of yoga, getting off my butt. I'm going to clean out another closet in a minute. And then I'm going to rest until we do the yoga. And then I got the zoo to go feed at the nephews. And then we're going to have, well, I'm going to have a healthy dinner because I live with 3D people, so I got to figure out what to eat for dinner. And then I'm going to have a good, nice, restful meditation again with your meditation. And then I'm going to sleep and hopefully dream of big green hearts and rainbows and futures. So, yay. Hopefully
Yay.
it'll all be good. But yeah, thank you so much. And I know it's going to be different. I know it will be because I have the ambition, the drive, and the goals. I have the ambition board, the vision board, the calendar, the Zen calendar. Let me show you this real quick. So last year, the ex lost his job with COVID and everything. He was in the fitness, all the clubs shut down. So he started doing these storage wars. Kind of funny story. So his first storage buy was a cam girl. And I'm like, oh my God, of all things for you to get into, you get in these storage things. He loads the garage up with his first storage, and it's a cam girl, and she's got lingerie, sex toys, all this stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to look at any of that stuff until you get rid of the nasty stuff because I don't want to see any of that junk, none of that used toy stuff, right? Well, I got to learn how to flip my camera. So then she has all this weird extra stuff, and I'm not into all this at this point because I don't know what's about to happen. So then she's got this kind of stuff, the little cats and the Buddha and the tapestry and
Oh yeah, that's Radha and I think that's Radha and Krishna. Or no, wait a minute. I can't. Yeah, and Ganesha.
so she's got another one with a tree of life. So then there's the kitty cats, there's two of them, and this little Buddha, and
Yeah.
then this little crystal. I don't know what the crystal is, it's a mess. And then this picture. Oh, and this is an actual picture of Buddha.
That's beautiful.
And then at one point, there's this brain guy. I'm not sure what that is. At one point, I had to buy sage because my grandson was seeing spirits. Sorry for my mess. But then, so I had to buy sage because my grandson was seeing spirits in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
And so I bought some sage, had no idea what to do with it. So this last year has been very spiritual, I guess is a good way to say it. So I go in there with the sage, and my grandson's freaking out. No, no, Nene, calls me Nene. No, Nene, no, Nene, no. He didn't want me going in there. He didn't want it to hurt me. And I'm like, it's okay, baby, it's okay. Well, I had to wait for him to go to sleep. And I went in there, laid down in his bed, and I got the sage, and I'm like, all right, y'all. I don't know what y'all are doing here or why you're here. I said, but could you please just get out of his bedroom, let the boy sleep? And after that, they left him alone. I've never been one to, I talk to my dad all the time. I've never been one to be scared of spirits or whatever. I just talk to him. I'm like, hey, Dad, what's up? I've just always been friendly with them. Oh, yeah, if I smell roses, I know it's my grandmother. I'm like, hey, Mama, what's up? How you doing? And Yeah, so I had to buy sage, and that's, this past year, just little things like that have been popping up on me, and it all fell into place. It all came back to here. Here we are, you and
Yeah.
I on the Zoom call, making healing process.
Yeah.
And in 3 weeks from now, I'm hoping to be jogging and making things happen. Like I'm gonna be on nature trails and walking in the sun because they say I'm allergic to the sun. But guess what? I'm making it happen.
I was going to say earlier, but it didn't have a chance to come through that walking on the earth and grounding on the earth is going to be really supportive for you right now. So just go into like the forest or something, you know?
Well, we have a lot of nature trails two
Yeah.
miles away
Yeah.
in
It'll
the
be so
woods with the
supportive for you.
alligators and all that stuff. So, yeah, I grew up in the swamps, so I love it out there.
Yeah.
I just don't want to live out here because it, hurricanes and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I want to move up north where I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But
Right.
um no, part of my illnesses are, I don't know if you can see it, the redness on my skin.
Hmm.
If I stay in the sun too long, I'll get lumps and bumps and stuff. So that's part of the lupus that I have. And so hopefully I can start to heal that personally as well. So I have to be careful, cover up and sunblock and that kind of stuff. But me and the
It's
grandkids are gonna start.
it's gonna the healing we did today should help with that. I mean, again, I can't obviously guarantee that. I'm not a medical professional, but I feel like there's like rage around this heartbreak that it's causing this like, inflammation and all this redness and the lumps around the heart area because that's that that's like it's an excess of fire energy. And so it's like it's not that's where the allergy is coming from is because there's this excess of fire energy. So notice how we brought all that water through the cup in the heart space. And I was saying,
Right.
saying like to drink a lot of water. Just keep visualizing that water in the heart, water overflowing the cup. Drink the water. I guarantee you're going to notice like some shifting. You're going to notice a
Cooling
change.
my ass down. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I have been hot tempered the last few years,
Yeah. Yeah.
at least a decade.
Yeah.
And my ex prior he was a Leo lion. Me and him went at it for a good 15 years.
Yeah. There's real excess of fire energy.
And
Yeah.
he's still around. Him and my dad are BFFs. He comes over every night, does his laundry here.
Yeah.
I call him my brother.
Yeah.
He gets mad, but it is what it is. I make him do chores. It's
Yeah.
funny,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Take a cold shower if you can. That'll help
cool.
cleanse this as well. Yeah.
I need a shower. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel like I need to scrub all that ancient stuff away.
Yeah. Yeah. Just visualize it going away. It's just really special. You will, also what you can do, I know you said you don't remember your dreams, but you did mention this you even mentioned it, I think, in your comments before the call. So I just wanted to address that before we close. You can ask to remember your dreams before you go to sleep if you want to. And a recall technique that's going to help you to remember your dreams if you want to remember them. I don't always do this, but when I do this technique, it does bring back more vivid dreams, is remember 5 things that happened that day. So say like say 5 things that you remember doing before you go to sleep. Even if it's just, I made this for dinner, or I did this laundry, or I spoke to this person, or I went to this store. It doesn't have to be anything super exciting, but just the act of calling out 5 notable things that happened, going over that in your mind prepares the mind better right before bed for dream recall, along with asking to remember your dreams. And you can also ask to have a very restful, nice sleep and to wake up refreshed. Again, I don't always do these things, but they're great things to do because they do all work. And then when you wake up, have a journal next to your bed. And then say to yourself when you wake up, I asked to remember my dreams. And then see what comes out and just write it down, even if it's just something small. And I guarantee you that this will help you improve your dream recall.
Yeah, see, when I was a little kid, the 5, 6-year-old me, I would have nightmares about, I had this one dream, a nightmare about my dad. And he was pulling me and my brother under the ground to go be with him. And my mother was above ground and she was holding us back. And it was a nightmare I'd have over and over and over again. Well, then my aunt so nicely told me that when I was going to sleep, to tell myself not to dream, not to dream, not to dream. So as a kid, I trained myself not to dream. So then growing up, as I got older, if I had a dream, it was horrific. Oh my God, it was, me and my brother robbing a store, getting shot at by cops, or, I'm being raped in an alley with my kid running from some, bad guy, or just crazy, crazy, weird stuff. And just really off the wall things. So it's very rare for me to dream. And it's never cute little ponies and rainbows. Nothing to, really wake up happy about. So yeah, remember the 5 things. Ask to dream. Keep a
Ask
journal.
to remember your dreams.
Ask to remember the dream.
Ask to remember your dreams. And then again, when you wake up, say it again. I asked to remember my dreams. And then have the journal with the pen next to your bed. And whatever comes up, comes up. So, and sometimes even just like a small thing might lead you into writing about, feeling inspired to write about something else that is actually the real thing that needs to be attended to, that the dream was pulling out, if that makes sense. So it's not always just the dream itself that is important, although sometimes it is, but sometimes it's about what it's leading you into, coming into more healing or awareness about.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
All righty.
So this was, I think, very successful for you today. I think
Yes.
that we did some pretty major energy shifting breakthroughs that are really exactly what you were really looking for, because you're ready, like you said, I'm free. I'm ready to just be free. And now the energy is really supporting you to do that. So I think that's really wonderful.
Yes, it is. Thank you so, so much. You're wonderful. You're amazing. I can't thank you enough.
So I'm going to stop the recording here.
Okay.